Hello. This is officially it. Hello, everyone. Hello again. Yeah, we've been here a while to everyone watching. My name is Bianca Gonzalez. I am Super Bianca in the online world, and I would like to officially welcome you all and thank you all from the bottom of my heart for being here for Paano Ba To Live Volume 4 Life Check, of course, presented by Globe Postpaid. Thank you for being here! Yay! Okay. Um, Hello to everyone. I'm so awkward. We've had this. This is the fourth time, and this is the first time we're live streaming it. A lot of people have been asking kasi nga they can't physically make it for a live stream. Finally, we have it. Now I feel kind of awkward. Ganito pala yung feeling. But thank you to, of course, Globe Postpaid for making this possible. So at least everything we learn today, we can get to share it with more people. Okay, so like I mentioned earlier, a lot of you are here because you came from my YouTube channel, which is Paano Ba To? And I'd like to just ask for your help to pull up my deck on the screen. So I'd like to tell you a bit about the journey of Paano Ba To? So in 2014, I came up with this book. It's Paano Ba To? How to Survive Growing Up. And thank you, Kea. She brought her copy para ipasign. Super ancient, but yeah. November 2014, I came up with this book. For many years, I was a blogger. Parang 2003 yata I started blogging and then went into TV and all these things. And siguro as a writer, one of your dreams is to come up with a book. But I knew I couldn't write fiction and I knew I didn't want an autobiography. Parang wala naman ako masusulat. So I wanted to write something that I knew or was in my skill set. So that was this book. I gathered advice from friends, from people that I knew, and put this book. A year after, that was, I think, not a year after. This was actually August 2017. I've always wanted to start my own YouTube channel. But again, hindi man mukha, but I'm very shy. Parang I'm shy to talk about things about myself. I'm quite private. So sabi ko, anong malalagay ko sa YouTube? Hindi naman ako magta-travel vlog, hindi naman ako nagluluto, hindi naman ako nagbe-beauty hacks, hindi naman ako magcha-challenge ng mga kakain ng kung ano-ano. Sobrang hindi ko siya personality. So sabi ko, the book pala, perfect yung book. Kasi iba yung advice when you read it, and iba yung advice when someone's speaking and saying it to you, someone who's been through it. So that's how the YouTube channel started in August 2017. And then after that, parang I wanted to do more things with Paano Ba To? And that is last year, September 2018, I did the first ever Paano Ba To live. I wanted to make it an event where there's a small group that we can really talk about issues and whatever we're going through in life. And the reason that the sign-up is for one only, I felt like when I started Paano Ba To Live, walang plus one eh. Like when you signed up, walang plus one. Although some people who we invited, of course, know each other. Iba yung energy going into a room na walang nakakakilala sa'yo. Nobody has any judgment of you. Wala silang alam sa pinagdaanan mo. And I feel like it creates a sort of safer space to open up and to share. No judgments. This is a no judgment room. So whatever is shared later, be open to the whole experience. And I guess the whole reason why I started Paano Ba To is because of two things. First is, I feel like I wanted to share with people that whatever it is we're going through, lahat tayo in this room, walang isang tao dito na walang problema, whether it be financial, career, love, family, everyone, for sure, may pinagdadaanan. But what I've learned with everyone who has emailed me and sent me DMs of their problems, whatever it is, di ba sometimes when we have problems, we're like, bakit ako? Parang, anong ginawa ko para ma-deserve ko to? Or ako lang ba yung may problemang ganito? No. Whatever it is you're going through, magulat kayo, someone across the table is going through some version of it. So whatever it is na pinagdadaan mo ngayon, you are not alone. And the second is, you will get through this. For sure. And that's why I have loved doing Paano Ba To Lives because it proves again and again, we're surprised that yung pinagdaanan at napagtagumpayan nitong isang tao, that's exactly what this other person's going through. And this can be a place for learning talaga. So, we put together this very special event. And for today, we will have life check. Where am I in my life right now? I think this is a question that we have all asked ourselves, whether once or many times at different phases in our life. And I'm actually, when Globe came to me and they said they wanted to partner and this was the topic, sabi ko, aray, kasi this is actually something that I am asking myself right now. You can't take it at face value na parang, for example, in my case, I'm a wife, I'm a mother of two, I work in a public platform, but even if on Instagram, siguro there's a smiling picture and it doesn't seem like I ask myself this, and it seems lahat kayo nandito, nasa utak nyo din to. So, today, I'm sharing with you the responses from the questions that you answered. First question in the form was, are you happy with where you are in your life right now? So very general. But, see this, 52%, so just half of the people in this room fully said yes. Kasi 45, which is like medyo half, said no, but I'm working on it. So half and half. Half happy, half no, I'm working on it, which is totally fine. So if ever you are one of those who answered not really and no, again, you are not alone. Next. If you would describe the state you are in right now, it would be, half of you said nasa gitna kayo. I get by okay, but I feel like I could be doing something else. Ano kaya yung something else na yon? Isipin nyo. But in fairness, ang dami. Mga 37% of you said, I feel driven. Oo, I work hard. 12% have been feeling stuck. So if isa kayo dun sa sumagot that you've been feeling stuck, don't worry, madami kayong kadamay sa kwarto na ito. Next. Do you feel like you want to switch careers or pursue a side hustle? More than half then said yes. 1/4 of you said not sure but I'm open to it. And others seem to be happy. 15% said, okay na. Carry na ako dito. Next. Do you set personal goals for the year? Dami. 85% said yes. And if feeling nyo, medyo kalat ako, I don't set personal goals. Don't worry, kasi 15% sa inyo also do not set personal goals for the year. Iba-iba. That article, diba, it said, some people really plan and some people just wing it. Iba-iba, whatever works for us. Next. Do you seek advice from mentors or peers about your career? Ito yung nagulat ako. Only 77% said yes. So the 22, I'd like to know then, I'm not sure. If you don't seek advice for whatever reason, maybe it's something you want to explore. Oo. So, if ever you don't worry, hindi din kayo nag-iisa. I guess siguro it's because of shyness, the same reason like kanina, hindi na kayo lumipat to find whoever was it on your slip of paper. Next. Do you share your goals and dreams, frustrations, and hurts with others? 70% said yes, but 30% said you keep it to yourself. Hindi din kayo nag-iisa. So I don't know if that's the coping mechanism that works for you, but based on your answers, eto kayo sa kwartong to. Next. Ito na. If you would rate yourself in terms of how well you are handling life right now, more than half said nasa 7 to 8. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the highest, more than half of you said nasa 7 or 8 kayo. Only 12% said 9 to 10. 27% rated themselves 5 to 6. And I know this is 2.5%, yung 4 and below. So, kanya-kanya. Nandun tayo sa 5, 6, 7, 8. Most of the people here in this room rated ourselves that well. So hopefully, with what we'll discuss later, we'll find out paano ko ba itataas yung rating na yon for myself. And last, okay, ito is very interesting to me when I came up with this question. Kasi lahat tayo, di ba, we're bombarded by do your best or I want to do my best. But sa totoo lang, sa totoong buhay, different things keep us from doing our best. Most people said what is keeping them from doing their best is limited money, time, or connections. And I am fearful of what others may think, or I am fearful of failing. So nandun tayo. Nandun din sa limited opportunities come my way. So it feels like we feel we're limited, but also a lot of it is takot ng sasabihin ng iba, which is very, very normal. And then a few answered, honestly, gusto ko, pero tinatamad ako. Okay lang din yon. And 7% answered, I don't really know. I don't really know why I'm not super kaduper doing my best. So those are your answers. Thank you for sharing it. And don't worry, whatever your answers were, remain confidential. It's only me and Bea, my project manager, my hardworking project manager in stripes, black and white at the back, who knows this. Your secret is safe with us, kumbaga. And so to discuss all of this, we have very special guests for today. You already saw them in your little pieces at table. We have Atom Araullo, we have Saab Magalona, and we have Solenn Heussaff joining us. So before we kick things off, I would like to call, to say a little something, a very, very important person who is a big part of making all this possible and really wants all of us in this room to do our best and to find out where we are in our life right now. I'd like to call on Miss Katie from Globe Postpaid.
Hello! Thank you, Bianca. Good evening po sa inyong lahat. Kamusta kayo? Are you doing great? Are you very excited? Sobra rin kaming excited. And, we're so happy from Globe Postpaid to actually be doing a second session of Paano Ba To with Bianca. Because, when I was listening to the questions kanina, sobra ako na-touch dun sa question na, are you happy where you are right now? And I'm so happy na half of you are happy. Pero it's even more, I guess, nakakakurot sa puso to hear na about half of you, maybe not there yet, but you're working on it. Diba? That's great. Because that's actually one of the things that we love to support about this Paano Ba To session. Because it's very inspiring. The discussions that you have in Paano Ba To is really so aligned to what it is that we want to do for our Globe Postpaid customers. Really want to empower them so that they can continue to further themselves. Because who naman doesn't want to make themselves better and to progress in life? Does everyone want to progress in life? O, di ba? Siyempre, ayaw naman natin na mag-stagnate lang tayo. So, those are the things that is really foremost in our minds at Globe Postpaid so that we can help our customers achieve the goals that they set in life. And it's really such an honor to partner again with Bianca for Paano Ba To because this platform is so powerful because of all the discussions that we have here. So I'm so looking forward to all of the discussions we're going to have this evening and the talks we're going to have from our guests. So I'm not going to take a lot of time because I know you guys are really excited. I'm so excited, so I'm just going to get out of your way. But I just wanted to say really thank you for joining us tonight and have a wonderful time.
Thank you, Miss Katie. And thank you for the treat of the goodies and the coffee and the food later. Maraming salamat. Okay, so based on that chart and based on what Miss Katie said, yeah, we all want to do our best. And at different points nga in our lives, part of the life check is us asking ourselves, ito na ba yun? You know how you're working hard, you're doing well naman, but then sometimes mapapaisip ka maybe on a rainy day, nakatingin ka outside the window thinking, ito na ba yun? Dito na ba to? Or meron pa? Is this the best that I can be? So the perfect person that we decided to help us talk about this, and I want to personally hear from this woman's wisdom. Yes, wisdom talaga. I don't even know how to introduce her because she's an amazing multi-hyphenate. But I guess I will introduce her by saying, I guess the most new and exciting thing, the Wonder Woman who is soon to pass on her Wonder Woman genes to a little baby balls in her tummy. Please welcome Miss Solenn Heussaff.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for the introduction.
Of course!
Best introduction so far.
Yay! Thank you, Sauce!
Hi, Oh my gosh, it is nerve-wracking here, ha?
Talaga ba?
Pero buti nga it's intimate.
Yes.
Pero if I make mistakes, okay lang.
Okay, so for those who followed my channel, Paano Ba To Live 2 actually had her other half, Nico Bolzico.
Na matalino pala.
Matalino naman talaga.
Hindi lang clown or joker,
Oo,
no?
ang ganda ng mga shinare
Maraming
niya.
na-shoot.
Madaming na-shook talaga. Oo. So for this one, we were talking about it earlier. Is this the best that I can be? Because if you follow Solenn or have read any articles about her, you know that she dabbles in so many different things.
Yeah.
And ang galing mo sa lahat.
Hindi masyado.
So,
Baka mukha lang sa Instagram.
ganun ba yun? Hindi. I mean, that's at least the impression. But is it a conscious effort on your part to want to keep doing new things and more things?
I think as human beings, we need to be doing something all the time. It's very easy for us to get bored, and I think we all want two things. We want in life. We want certainty, and we want variety. The thing is, if you go towards certainty too much, then you end up getting bored because okay, this is life. This is how it is. It's good. It's not bad. I mean, it's not too good. It's not too bad. It's just a routine. And then when you have variety naman, when you have too many things presented to you, you start panicking. Like, kaya ko ba to? Is this really for me? You start panicking. So I think the right balance for everyone is to know who needs more certainty and who needs more variety in life. I think depending on who you are as a person, you just have to balance those two things. So, me naman, I'm the type na, since medyo artist yung mind ko, I get bored really fast, which is why I feel like I need to do things all the time. But I never push myself 100% to do just that one thing very good. So, it's a little bit of everything. Sakto lang, but it's what makes me happy at the moment. But it's probably not the best.
That's the first time I heard about that. That makes so much sense. So certainty and variety. And everyone in this room, kumbaga kung may radar yan, iba tayo dun sa slider. Some are here, some are here. So you have to find
The
what's for
balance
you.
that works for your personality. That's how I think it is.
So in your case, do you feel there was something in your upbringing ba? Or kasi you and your siblings, medyo ganun kayo. You really try so many things.
Yes.
It seems like you are fearless, unafraid to try new things. Is that a French thing? Or is that
I don't know.
in your parents' upbringing?
I think also since culturally, I'm brought up by the Filipino side of my mom and the French side of my dad. So I have the more conservative and the more, well, we're not all conservative nowadays here in the Philippines. Pero dati, may conservative, tapos the French, medyo like my dad was always like, do what you want to do, achieve the things you want to achieve. But I think we all want change. And that's a good thing about having two cultural sides. Like I get to see the side of my dad's family and the side of my mom's family. But for many of us, change is also very scary. Of course, change means it's something that you're not comfortable with. It can be a good change, like it can be a bad change as well. But I guess the biggest demon, or am I heading? Okay. I guess the biggest demon is your own mind. Because you won't be able to accept change if you have your inner voices telling you, if I were you, I wouldn't do this because you're not capable of this. Or if I were you, I wouldn't try to go towards this direction or this job interview because in the past you were interviewed and you failed. But you shouldn't let your past define your future. Your past is something you learn from. Just as well as circumstances. I'm sure many of you here have been presented with opportunities where you were, oh my gosh, pregnant brain is the worst.
It is. It really is. If anyone here
I
has
feel
been
like
pregnant,
I'm forgetting where I'm going.
No, but yes,
Circumstances.
yes,
Because some
oo.
people say, oh, I can't study in this school because walang budget or stuff like that. But you shouldn't let circumstances define as well who you are. But sometimes your inner mind just talks so much shit, sorry, about
Okay lang,
yourself.
online,
Yeah.
live stream, it's fine.
Because
Wow.
you've heard so many people tell you things. And these people are not just the haters or enemies. These people can actually be your own parents, can be your spouse. They can be telling you, I'm sure some parents have been like, you should stick to this career kasi hindi bagay sa yung ganito. And then it gets ingrained in your head, and then you let people's opinion define your reality when it shouldn't be like that, because only you know what you're capable of. Only you know how far you can push yourself. And then again, you don't really know, because if you're not accepting the change, you'll never know or discover the new sides of you na, ay, shit, kaya ko pala ito. Or discover something new na, oh, this is the route I want to take now because parang this makes me happy at the moment.
Do you have those inner demons ever?
We all have.
Have you?
Yes, I have. I mean, there are times where I'm at home and I'm just sitting, and then I'm like, why are you unhappy? You have a great family, you have a supportive husband, you have a good job. I get to go on vacation when I feel like, it's not like a regular 5 to 9 job, 9 to 5. Kaya pala, same chat. Kaya pala wala akong job na ganun.
It's the pregnancy hormones.
Yeah.
I feel you.
So, and then I ask myself, why, and I beat myself up. Why am I so unhappy at the moment? What is it in me? And sometimes it's very hard to know, is it just the mood? Is it the weather outside? Is it because I've been comparing myself to friends or comparing myself to coworkers? How come they have this opportunity and I don't? How come it comes up to them? And the thing is, it's also a huge sickness for us to always have to compare ourselves. And I think that's also due to social media right now, because we struggle and we work so hard because we want to be significant. We work for significance, when that's not the reality. So I think for me, what works is to talk to people and not be ashamed of asking questions, not be ashamed of sharing your fears, because communication and connection is what we lack nowadays.
And I think sobrang important what you said earlier about why am I feeling this way at this moment. That's so important, that whatever sad mood or rut that is, it's at that moment. Hindi siya forever.
Exactly. And you also have to know not to be afraid, because of course the biggest thing that stops us is fear, which is normal. Fear is the unknown. But at the end of the day, I mean, none of us are going to leave this life alive. We all have an end. So life is so short. You really need to make the most out of it. Make the most mistakes you can make, because you truly learn from it. I know when your parents tell you, okay, you should do this, you'll learn from your mistakes. You're like, ito na naman, learn from my mistakes. But it's the truth. The older you get and the more you look back, you're like, well, this is what came out of this situation. This is what came out of that situation. It is really important to fall. Because if you don't fall, then you're just stuck in this rut of you thinking that you know what happiness is, when in fact you haven't explored anything else. So failure is one of the biggest successes you can have in your life. You need to learn. It's like life is a roller coaster in general. I mean, no one's life is like, because if not, ayan, okay, we're all done, goodbye. It's really like, you can compare it in an airplane. When you go up, you're gonna have turbulence. You're gonna feel uncomfortable. You don't know how long that turbulence will last. For some, your anxiety will last longer than other, but you know that at some point it's going to reach that attitude where it's going to be smooth sailing. And that's exactly how life is. It's going to go up and down. It's gonna shake you. It's gonna make you feel like you want to end your life at times. But you have to know that the moment since you can just look up and open your eyes, it means you can stand up again, no matter what. It may take longer for others. It may be a month, it can be 10 years, but it will get better. And I guess it's just important to know that nowadays.
Grabe. Ay. Napaisip? Oo. No, when we ask kasi, is this the best that I can be? It's all at different levels because we're all doing different things. Some doing one thing, some doing 20 things, iba-iba. And sometimes when we want to parang be better, we want to try new things, which is something you are not indifferent from. But
Yes.
Pinoys, and you saw it earlier, a lot of us are still afraid to try that new thing because of fear of what other people will say, fear of you tackled failing already, but how do you have that fear when trying something new ever?
The thing is, I've tried, I think, since I'm older. Back then, yes, I would always care what people's opinions are. Now, especially that I'm like a mom to be, I'm like, if I feel it's for myself now, not for anyone else. I mean, until the baby comes out. But I need to do everything I can do before this happens. So it's not something I'm afraid of. Like I've always put myself out there, and I always know that, I studied hard. I'm the type that I know my capacity of learning. Like I can learn whatever I want to. So I'm not really afraid. And practice talaga makes. No, wrong. Practice makes improvement. There's no such thing as perfection. So if you find something you're interested in and you want to try it out, then put your fear aside and practice, 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 not until you become good or better, but you improve. Whether the improvement is a tiny little thing or a massive thing, you're improving. So it's like you're opening up another side of yourself that will bring in so much energy and so much positivity.
Wow. Okay. So self-awareness is also so important
Yes.
when it comes to this. I'm just curious in your case because you've tried nga so many things and now you're saying that correct, practice doesn't make perfect, practice makes improvement. Based on your assessment of yourself, like everyone assessed here, what is something you've tried na feeling mo you didn't really excel at, but still, gawin ko lang to. Sige nga, I'm curious.
Acting.
Really?
Yeah, like I swear, it was never in my dreams to to be in the industry. It just happened. So I said, the opportunity is there. Why not grab it? When I look at my past work, I'm like,
My
like,
ganon.
I just want to dig a hole and hide inside. And every time I have scenes until now, like whether it's drama or whatever, I look at watch myself for improvement, not because I'm conceited, but I watch myself and I cringe. There's some parts where I'm like, Solenn, galing mo dun, ganon. But there's a lot of times where I'm like, whoa, this has to go. Like I need to work harder on this. And I've seen improvement from 2010 to now, but I'm still not at my best. Like you will never reach your best because life always evolves, life always changes, and the more things change, the more you have to learn. The more you learn, the more you grow. The more you grow, the more you discover things about yourself.
Oh,
Yeah.
Pero acting pala, really.
Yeah, that's for me. That's my pinaka like me.
But it's like technically your technically, diba, main
My
job?
main. Well, for me, I consider myself more like a TV personality than an actress or
Yeah.
like this or like
Yeah.
that. Since I'm doing so many
Yeah.
of the things I enjoy doing.
Okay. Another thing I want to tackle before we open the floor for questions. Iba-iba tayo ng definition of being the best that we can be. What is your take on being the best in the milieu of like a competition or healthy competition with others versus being the best as in beating your personal best? Which way do you look at it?
I wouldn't know, like, even if I had to define the best that I can be, I don't think, I mean, you can never be, or you can always be a better version of yourself, but you'll never know how good you can get. And when you get there, you won't know that's the moment. Like, I'm sure many of you have had years where, like, 2016 was my year. And then come 2008, parang 2019 was my year. So you always have those years where you feel like, this is the best. Like, I have had such a good year. I've been doing so great at work. I've been having so many projects. But like I said, things change. And it's about just knowing how to, you just really need to know how to accept change and need to be open to it. And you need to be open to risk. Because if you don't risk, you don't grow. It's like fear. If the fear is not there, then you won't put yourself out there.
If you don't risk, you don't grow. Ang dami ng quotable quotes na si Solenn today. Oo, na-stories nyo ba yan, guys? Okay, we will open the floor for a few questions before we let Solenn go. And I know na medyo shy type ang mga Pinoy, but this is not the moment to be shy. This is your chance. Anyone want to ask a question? Okay, I will go there to this side. Hi to Isa. Ayan. Ganda naman ang music natin. Parang pa-CBB na, pa-closing na ng pelikula. Wait lang. Okay. Hi, Isa. Hi.
Hello. Hi, Solenn.
Hi.
I'm Isa from Cosmo. My question is,
Okay lang, stress din ako. I don't have an answer to everything.
my question is there anything you want to unlearn before your baby arrives?
No. There's nothing I want to unlearn because everything that I've been through, everything that I went through, whether it was good learnings or failures or bad learnings or something I wish I could forget, it helped me grow as a person. And it's probably something that I could teach my future balls and, tell them, your mom made this mistake. I don't think you should do it, but if it ever happens, look at where I am at now, and I'm okay and I'm happy. It's also very important to let others make the mistakes and not be the know-it-all and be like, I've done this before, you shouldn't do it. Wala. Every experience is different for every person.
Thank you, Isa. Okay, speaking of unlearning, meron pala akong gustong tanungin sa'yo kanina. Kanina you said that parang people's perception of us or our inner demons parang na-ingrain in our head, and that's sometimes why we're fearful of trying something new or doing something new. How do you unlearn that? Everything you've put in your head na you convinced yourself. Is there a way to kind of untangle and unlearn that?
For me, like there was a moment like that about, I think last year pala. I had this time where I didn't want to see anyone. I didn't even want to see Nico. I didn't want to talk to my parents. For me, I traveled. I went to Cambodia, meditation. I was working on a collection, but I was alone. I was with no one that knew me. I didn't know anyone, and it really helped me clear my mind. I turned off my social media for a while. I think everyone has different ways of coping. I know meditation is a massive thing nowadays, and people just kind of roll their eyes like, this is another yogi speaking. But meditation is just, it could be you in a room, quiet, with music. Just learning to, you need to turn it off, and you need to know na, okay, I need to just get through this, and I need to wake up, or give yourself reasons. Like reasons you want to be successful. It could be, my reason is because I wanna make my mom proud, or my reason is because I want my future kids to live the best life they can live. You need to have those certain reasons to know that no matter how low you go or how hard you fall, those 5 to 10 reasons will help you stand up again, because it's not yourself anymore. It's a bigger picture.
You have to find your why.
Yeah, your
Ika
why.
nga. So if any of you have heard of Simon Sinek, look him up, Simon Sinek. Start with why is something he talks about. Parang everyone says how or when, but he says you have to start with why. And that
Exactly.
will make a world of a difference. So look it up. He has talks on YouTube also. He has a book. Yes, you wanted to ask something. I will just excuse myself here. Yes.
Hi, Solenn.
Hello.
I'm Ayin. I'm a vlogger, etc. My question is, since you do a lot of things, do you ever struggle with being defined by your work label? Parang actress, artist, ganyan. Like, do you feel the pressure of...
Yeah, which is why I liked her introduction a while ago. Because usually when I walk out in an event, they're like, and multi-hyphenated, TV actress, singer, songwriter. I'm like, baka gusto niyo idagdag morning chef, Pachola's walker. Like, ano pa yung mga relevant dyan? I think because nowadays we have the freedom to do many things. It's not like back then. Okay, if you wanted to be a doctor, doctor lang ang pwede mong gawin. If you wanted to be an accountant lang. Nowadays, since there's so much opportunity because of what we have online and because working online is now one of the biggest jobs people want to have. I mean, if you ask younger kids, like, what do you want to be? I want to be an influencer. Like, they won't say, I want to be a fireman anymore. There's so much opportunity online now that it's okay to do different things. But you also need to know how to... I'm really not answering your question, am I? I went like this again. Like,
Meron naman, Sauce.
Ano
Don't
tanong
worry.
ulit?
Don't beat yourself up over it. But yeah,
Don't beat yourself,
the
yeah.
breaking out of the labels is what I
yeah,
was
don't
saying,
don't feel pressured. Because the moment you feel pressured, that's when you put roadblocks. Just do you. You know, you do you. That's what people say. You just really need to do you. And for me, it's good to listen to what people have to say and their opinions and their advices. Mas lalo kapag close family, your friends. But you don't have to incorporate everything they say to your life. You know, at the end of the day, they've also made many mistakes. So they're not always right. And their path probably won't work well on your path.
Definitely. Everyone has his or her own path. Does anyone have another question? Okay, we will last question with Diet before we wrap it up.
Hi, Miss Solenn.
Hi.
My question is, was there a thing that for the longest time you wanted to try out or you want to venture in, and then when you got in or we had a chance to venture in, you were like, it's not really what I like pala. Like, how have you had that experience and what did you do about it?
I think I haven't really, because everything I tried, I learned something new from it. So I haven't really found myself in that situation where I need to take myself back. But if you do find yourself in that situation, I think there's no harm in saying, this is not for me. Because it's better for you to look for something that you'll be happy in than to force yourself to like something, you know. What they say also is like when you have, you know, it's like when you're prepared for opportunity. It's good to be prepared when an opportunity arises and not be the one chosen for that opportunity than to be not ready and then the opportunity comes. And then it's for you, but you're not ready as a person. So there. I didn't answer your question again. My brain!
No, you did. Happy ka ba, Diet? Oh, sabihin niyang hindi. No. Siguro, just as a last question, Sauce, about, yun nga, this topic of, is this the best that I can be? Have you asked yourself that ever?
You know what? No. I asked myself, when I saw the theme for today, I was like, is this the best that I can be? My answer was no right away. I mean, I didn't have to think about it. But I've never really asked myself that question because I'm the type of person that lives day by day. Although I do have to plan certain things. Of course, like we all have to plan certain things in life. But I don't like planning too much because when I plan too much and I don't achieve that goal, then I feel down or I feel like I failed. So I rather just, have a list and then if I can do certain points of that list in the next 1 or 2 years, then that's okay. I've achieved something. I don't have to do all of them.
Right. But to everyone in this room who has sort of asked themselves, is this the best that I can be? Kumbaga, if we are in that mood, thinking of, is this the best that I can be? What advice would you give someone parang who wants to push themselves to do more, to do other things?
Well, one, if you're not happy with your job, quit. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Of course, you need to have that certainty. So you need to know that you have enough savings to be able to experience something else. But you will never be, not in a negative way, huh? You'll just never be the best of you because as a human being, you keep growing. And as the world evolves, you will keep evolving. You will keep learning new things. New opportunities will arise. So you can never be the best because there's just so much to learn. I mean, we could all go back to school or to college for something new, whether you like it or not, but learn so much. So for me, it's just keep learning and keep growing. Don't think that you've reached that happiness or that point of your life where okay na to. Like there's always something new to learn. And if you just stay in that routine, you will end up getting bored and you will end up not being happy. So for me, it's just always be open-minded, keep learning, and number one important thing, delete all the toxic people in your lives, because really, whether it's a small thing or a bad thing, toxic people can ruin your entire life. Not just a year, not just a month. They can change. You know what they say? Birds of the same feather flock together. If you hang out with someone that's a negative or someone that's always complaining, you will end up, without wanting it, you will end up being someone that's always complaining and someone that's negative. So choose the people you surround yourself with and really delete toxic people, because there are many. There are many. Just learn to move on. You will find the people that have the same interest as you and people you can learn from talaga. So there. Haha. F you haters.
And with that, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Solenn. I am personally so excited to in the future meet the amazing genes put together by you and your husband in
see.
Baby Boss. Thank you so,
Thank you
so
so much. Thank you,
And to
guys.
everyone watching this via live stream, just keep your browser on because we will take a short break and we'll be back with our next guests, of course, Atom Araullo and Saab Magalona.
Thank you.
Thank you, should I try something new? And with that, I'd like to call two super special guests. Ay, kilig na kilig yung isa. Oo, actually, they need no further introduction. Please welcome Saab Magalona and Atom Araullo.
Hi!
The super blooming
Magandang
preggy,
gabi.
Saab, and madaming kasi when we asked for sign-ups for this, I didn't announce the guests. So, ang daming nung na-release, tapos nalaman na nandito ka, Atom, sabi, can I join? I'm part of the Atom Araullo Pregnancy Club. Which I know, alam mo na ngayon.
How strange
Oo.
na yung dalawa mong guests. Buntis
Buntis,
rin. Oo.
yes.
So, ibig
Ako rin.
sabihin nun,
No, but really thank you for, you both came from Quezon City. It was a trek,
Yes.
but thank you so much. Okay,
Of
am
course.
I on the right path? So many people here have asked themselves that at many points in their lives or currently have that question in their mind. Siguro I'll start with you, Saab. We were talking about it on the phone last night that you didn't really want to be in music kasi you wanted to do your own thing and not be in what was expected of you because of your family. Tell us about your journey from being one of the original digital natives, being a creative writing major, and then eventually landing in music.
I guess coming from my family nga, and you know, some of them are in showbiz, then my dad was in music, and I just felt like I'm fifth out of 8 kids, and parang I just wanted to be different. Gusto mo lang talaga maging rebelde, and that's why parang I super didn't want to go into showbiz, did not want to do any of that, and then nyari. Diba? Wag na nating labanan. So, but at least, diba, I got to try to, I started, hindi pa uso yung blogging nun, and I thought it was different and cool, and it's our secret thing, and it was my own thing, and I was so happy na I found my own thing, and then, ayun, nauwi rin sa ganon. I guess, yun nga, I guess that's one lesson rin. You don't fight it if it's really innate, and I have this thing, I have a tendency to have imposter syndrome. Have you heard of that?
Of course,
Imposter syndrome is, I don't know if I'm explaining this correctly, pero it's when you feel like parang I don't think I'm working hard enough, and parang it's just I don't deserve this. I don't think this is right. Parang yun pala, because it comes easily to you. It's because you're meant to do that. And so that's why, yeah, that's the biggest fight. It's within myself. Yeah.
Okay, buti you mentioned imposter syndrome because that's something very, very common. So how did you fight it?
I think aside from myself and my inner demons, it's also thinking of what other people are thinking rin. When I was much younger, I think that's what I was fighting with. And one of the lessons that my wonderful husband taught me is you try to imagine yourself inside a small room, and then you think of all the people who are saying the bad stuff. Parang yung mga hindi mo naman kaya yan bakit ka magaganyan? And then you think about it, and then isipin mo rin yung mga taong nag-cheer on sa'yo. And then you think about it, bigyan mo ng muka yung mga taong to. Do those people matter? The people who are saying na, oh my God, ba't try mo yan? Sobrang nakakahiya, wag mo gawin. So, when I thought about it, those people really did not matter. Like, I don't even see those people on a daily basis or ever. So, that was a really good tip. And then it stopped mattering to me na. Yeah. That was a good exercise.
Yeah, something we can all try definitely when it hits us. Okay, let's go to you, Atom. You've had a very colorful journey from being a theater kid and 5 and Up kid, of course. Who doesn't know that? And then in college, you took, hindi na ba nila alam yon? Are you that young? 5 and Up? Alam niyo pa ba yon? Okay, see? We're not that old, Atom. Wow.
Okay. I feel more comfortable in this crowd already.
College, you took up physics. And eventually, you became a journalist.
Yeah.
tried co-writing and acting in a film, and then now you're heavily in more documentary-style investigative journalism. So,
Yeah.
related, pero you were trying out different things.
Sure, yeah. I
Um,
mean, I guess if the question is how do you end up where you want to end up or where do you feel that you want to end up, I'm a big fan of generalizing more than specializing, at least at the beginning of your career or your life, lalo na yung mga kids, no? Parang, I think one of the things that we are taught in many of the, the talks that I hear is that specialization is the key to success. You have to do something for 10,000 hours if you want to be good at it, which is, which makes sense. If you want to be a concert pianist or a, I don't know, like
ballerina,
or
painter,
the next Tiger
ganyan.
Woods or whatever, diba? But in my experience, it was kind of the opposite. Parang I was allowed to do whatever the hell I wanted. Parang, which, I mean, it's a huge privilege. We would spend summers doing, on one summer, football clinic, and then the next summer it's going to be a creative writing workshop, and then I did theater as well. So I think all of those things inform my decisions in the future. And in the future naman, more or less you don't have any choice because once you strike a career, once you go on that path, and if you want to constantly improve, which is natural, if you want to be good at what you do, then the specialization comes in. Pero I don't spend too much time agonizing about whether or not this is the thing that I really want to do because I feel like there's no wasted effort. Parang even if even if I'm fully in the world of media or journalism, or parang biglang nagkaroon ng opportunity to learn how to, I don't know, to do calligraphy or whatever. Parang all of those things, you learn something from it. It's kind of interdisciplinary. The important thing is that you don't lose focus, and the thing that you want to improve on, you do it deliberately. Parang, kunyari, if you want to be a better photographer, then you have to put in the work to do that. But it doesn't mean that you only have to focus on that. Kasi ako nababaliw ako dun eh. Parang, okay, I'm gonna do this day in and day out. Hindi ko kaya eh. Parang I have to find some other outlet. And sometimes that outlet becomes an interesting path, Parang hindi pala ito yung gusto kong gawin. Ito palang this other thing pala. Like, I mean, I took up physics. I was like, well, I'm gonna be the next Stephen Hawking. Of course not. I didn't have the chops to be that amazing in the field of physics, but
Parang you do naman, feeling mo lang hindi.
No, I mean,
Kung
even-
ipinursue mo,
But even if I didn't end up as a physicist, parang ang dami ko natutunan doon na ngayon parang, lalo na ngayon, things are converging. Pwede palang gamitin ko yung physics ko to be a data scientist, a data journalist, or data visualization, or whatever. There's always something. There's always something you can use it for. Yeah.
speaking of calligraphy, I love that story about Steve Jobs, how he just sat in a class, diba, about calligraphy, and sobrang not connected, but that's why he said that you have to believe that the dots somehow connect in the future, kasi he took that calligraphy class super randomly, and ended up, that calligraphy class and the aesthetic he learned from that developed the look of Apple, which is why biglang cut above the rest siya sa lahat ng mga kalaban
Design,
niya.
yeah.
Kasi mas sleek, mas chic, ganyan. So, you're right, no effort is wasted.
Yeah.
So, I want to go back lang to the physics to journalism
Yeah.
jump. That is a common problem. Hindi connected yung course ko sa gusto ko palang gawin. Or this was my course, but parang I want to do something different now. How do you jump from one thing to another? Is there fear? And how do you overcome that?
Sure. Like, I think in the beginning, it's just denial. And then, parang, so when I graduated, I was so sick of studying that I didn't want to take up kasi usually when you take up a hard science course, the natural progression is you take up your master's and then your doctorate, unless you go to industry. Unfortunately, for many hard sciences here in the Philippines, there's not a lot of options in the industry. So usually yung path talaga master's, doctorate. But I was so sick of it that I wanted out for a while. So I go, I'll take a break. So I applied as a researcher sa correspondence back then, and then I became a reporter and so on and so forth. Pero nagsimula, when people ask me, ano bang ginagawa mo ngayon? Oh, I'm a reporter. Pero ano lang, babalik naman ako sa physics. Parang ganun. I'm just taking a break. Ganun. And then 5 years na, parang di nata break to. Parang ito nata yung career ko. Parang ganun. So, there's that. There's denial. But there's also just taking the leap, you know? Like parang, you have to get it out of the way. Yung fear of failing. You have to get it out of the way. Parang the sooner you can get over it, the better.
And I guess you don't have to, just because you took this course, doesn't mean na, okay, forever na to. Like, yan na yan. Wala ka ng choice.
Exactly. I mean, a lot of reporters actually didn't take up journalism or mass comm. I would say more than 50%, if not more. So, ano naman yun? That's kind of normal, at least in my work environment. But in other decisions, ganun din. Feeling ko parang there's a period of discernment. Pero pag nag-decide ka na, tapos na yung period of discernment. Parang you're gonna make it work. Whatever happens. Parang it's the decisions you do after that will make your decision right. You know what I mean? Parang it's not that spur of the moment when you decide now, sige, I'm gonna be an actor.
It doesn't end there.
It doesn't end there. It's the decisions you make after that will make your decision correct. So in that sense, there's no wrong decision. Parang you just have to make it work when you make the decision already.
Correct. And you, Saab, like you talked about it earlier, there was that denial until you accepted your fate. But in your case, there would also be that pressure from the outside because there is already this perception of kailangan mag-excel ka dyan kasi Magalona ka. Parang may ganon. And whatever field anyone is in this room, merong some sort of ganon na there's pressure na kasi anak yan ni ganito or nakapag-aral yan sa ganito. How do you deal with that?
Definitely, I think with me, I really had a fear of rejection, sobra. So it really stopped me from trying, especially when I was younger. Parang, even actually showing up to this, parang, because I'm much older now and wiser, parang medyo konting step back na parang, no, hindi ako worthy maging guest sa Paano Ba To?
Oh, grabe naman.
No. And then biglang, no, wait, kaya ko to. Diba? So,
Own it.
Yes,
Oo.
own it. So, before, I really had a fear of rejection. And I guess, I can liken it to, there's an ideal, like your goal. And then, you can fail sometimes. Like, kung when you drop your glasses, if you drop it, it doesn't mean that you have to step on it and you have to crush it and it's gone forever. You can easily just bend down and get it up, get it back and go on with your life, diba? Parang, okay, nahulog siya. What do you do? It's your choice, diba? You get it. You get back up. And yeah, that's what I think maturity has done for me. Parang, you just really have to not be afraid to try. Yeah.
See, Diet over here. Diet, say hi to Atom and Saab. He had a question earlier to Solenn, but I feel like it also suits this topic. He said that what if you try something pero either hindi mo pala gusto or you're not really so good at it? What do you do? Has that ever happened in your life?
That's happened to me a lot of times. Well, I've tried so many things. Na I've also been in theater and actually mayroon akong kasama. Hi, where's Maine? Is Maine here? Hi, Maine. Kasama ko siya sa that one time I did theater.
Okay.
And I really enjoyed it. I think I excelled. Right? Thank you so much. Na-pressure ka talaga, no? Pero yun, like I've tried so many different things already. I told you last night, I don't think I'm the best at any of them. But then that's just me, and I think I learn from all of them and I apply it to whatever I'm doing now. Like exactly, like I told you, I was a blogger for a long time. And then I said, I've always wanted to be a writer. That's why I was in creative writing. But then I realized that what I really wanted to be was a storyteller, and that's what I'm doing now with our songs. I still
And the
tell a story.
podcast.
Yeah, and the podcast with my husband. Yeah, Wake Up with Jim and Saab. Plug. Okay.
Number one, right? I saw that post. Good
Thank you so
job.
much.
Wake up with Jim and Sab if you want like good
Yes,
vibes.
Yes, thank you.
How about you, Atom?
We're talking about failure.
Trying something and then,
And then
hindi ka
not
pala
being good
masyadong
at it?
okay or ayaw mo pala.
You know, for all the pessimism that we kind of share, I think it's all over. Yung ba uso ngayon? You'll be surprised that psychologically humans tend to imagine the best possible scenario. It's human nature. So when you make that big decision, deep down inside, parang hindi mo naman gagawin yan kung hindi ka naniniwala na magsasucceed ka yan, di ba? But having said that, the statistics probably maybe 50-50 that it'll work. People tend to forget that it's always a risk, you know, like and therefore yung fear of failing, not only is it natural, but actually failing is more common than a lot of people, you know, believe. So, huwag kayong matakot sa failure kasi mangyayari at mangyayari siya eh. You just have to get it over with. And I've failed like so many times. And
Ang ganda.
no,
Totoo ba?
hindi. Pero parang ano siya eh, parang unlike ko iniisip, gagawin ko ba to o hindi? Parang ang sinasabi ko na lang ultimately kapag hindi ako makapagdesisyon, the agony of thinking what if is unbearable kumpara dun sa just that immediate pang of failing that you will deal with for maybe a week, a month, or maybe even give it a year. Pero yung agony of not trying, you'll carry that throughout your life. So para I'd rather feel the rejection rather than parang saying what if, no? What would have happened my whole life. So parang after a while, alam mo maraming mga cliches like, you know, like failing is an opportunity. Ngayong mas matanda na ako, naniniwala na talaga ako dun. Pagbata ka parang ano lang yun eh, parang pampalubag loob. Oh, it's okay, it's a learning experience, whatever.
Correct.
Pero ngayon, it really is an opportunity kasi some of the things that you won't allow yourself to accept or wouldn't learn otherwise, you will learn when you fail eh. Kasi it tells you na you're not invincible, you're not as good as you thought you were, and then anong solution doon? Eh di galingan mo, parang ganon. Parang, hindi ka pa ganun kagaling, pero kaya mo yan, parang ganyan. So I think it's rather than be scared of it, we have to embrace it as part of anyone growing into whoever they want to be.
Embrace it. Kasi failure, parang it popped up so many times in all the discussions. For you, parang embrace it and grow from it. But what I want to know is, let's say, nag-try na tayo ng bagong something. Medyo didn't work out, medyo masakit, medyo may failure. How do you, kumbaga, get back up, pick up that pair of glasses? How do you lift yourself up again after what would be maybe sadness or embarrassment or all the emotions that come with failure? How have you dealt, maybe?
A bit of alcohol, a bit of coffee.
Tama,
Okay na
totoo
yun.
din. Oo.
I don't know, like I don't know really.
I think a lot of the times naman, parang, from my experience, parang you find your best at your worst. So when the worst thing happens, and not just in terms of career, but in life itself, I think that's when well, it depends. It's not all the time, pero it depends on what you do about it and how you move forward. Of course, you give yourself time to grieve or to, feel the pain, but don't waste that pain. Kasi you can use that to share your experience and to help other people. And I think for me, specifically, I had a really hard time last year and in my personal life. And from that pain, parang I think I found my purpose, and it's to share my story and to help out in my little community of moms, and that's how I learned to get back up. But that's not career-wise. Ikaw, I don't know.
Still, about life, very
About life,
important.
yes,
I mean,
oo.
beautiful story of yours. So strong, Sab. Thank you for sharing. Eh, Oo. How about you, Atom?
Couple of things. Number one, okay lang yun. Unang-una, tanggapin mo na either nagkamali ka, you're not yet good enough, it's going to hurt, it's going to get better over time. Parang breakup lang yan, di ba? Parang it's mawawala rin yan. Di ba? Parang relax ka lang. Hindi naman tumitigil na umikot ang mundo. So you gotta still do your thing. But I think nakalimutan ko talaga yung second point. Mom
Pregnant brain ka.
Mom brain.
Brain?
I was gonna say, mommy brain. What was the second thing? Parang it takes a bit, it will take a while it took a while for me to really believe this, but you don't have to prove anything to anyone. Parang, a lot of the time, the pain is actually the embarrassment eh. Na parang, hindi ako pumasa dito or hindi ko nakuha tong fellowship na to. Parang, ibig sabihin, I'm not good enough. Pero parang ginagawa mo ba siya for you? Or are you doing this because you want to have a trophy to show to others that you're good enough? And then when you learn that actually our journeys are different and whatever anyone else is achieving is their own thing, parang it will release so much of that weight. Kasi parang, why do I need to prove anything to anyone? Parang ako, alam ko naman, pag maganda yung work ko, alam ko naman, pag medyo pangit, I can be honest with myself, edi parang galingan ko na lang next time. So parang it will make it easier. It won't go away, but it will make it kind of easier na parang relax. Parang life is not a sprint, it's a marathon, di ba? Sabi nga na, parang everyone's gonna get to the finish line. If pag medyo pinupugak ka na ngayon, wala ka ng gana, just continue and then you'll eventually get there.
Can I add to that? I think rin sometimes kapag you feel like you're not good enough, baka nga talaga hindi ka para doon. Baka hindi ka talaga magaling doon. Okay, sorry to say. Baka talaga hindi. But then you think about it, parang tama si Atom, parang dapat ba talaga nandito ka? Or are you just doing this? Kunwari, graduate ka ng prestigious schools like, Ateneo. Hey, may Atenistas there. Kunwari, di ba parang laging kailangan the big companies, kailangan doon ka. Tapos compare mo sa peers mo. Tapos, hindi mo naman pala talaga trip, pero nakakahiya eh. Bakit yung barkada ko, doon silang lahat eh. Tapos sobra silang napapromote na, baka ikaw hindi ka talaga for that. Huwag mong pipilitin just because all of your peers are there. Di ba? Maybe you're supposed to be on a different path and that's not bad. Yeah.
Okay, at this point, we will open the floor for a few questions for Saab and Atom. So, eto na naman tayo with a medyo Jahe Pinoy style na, okay, not Jahe, Mikey. Mikey, right? Am I correct? Okay. So, yes, Mikey.
Okay, so my question, hey Atom, close. no. Hi Saab, hello, you look beautiful. All right, so I have a question for you because I remember you said that the agony of knowing what if is much worse than rejection. So I hope you don't mind, but can you briefly share the time that you were rejected and how you got over it?
Sa anong aspeto to ng buhay? Wow. Anong
one?
willing kang i-share, Atom?
Marami na. Like, for example, I applied for a certain scholarship when I was starting, tagal na to, mga maybe 5 years ago. And I didn't get it. Actually, pag yung first yung isang in-applyan ko, kasi sobrang, I was way in over my head. Para ko, itong school na to, itong course na to, gusto ko yan, makukuha ko yan. Parang ganun. Muha ko ng recommendation letter. I sent the application. Like, siguro 2 days after nakuha ko ng rejection. Ay, wow! Ang bilis! Parang aray! Sakit naman nun. Medyo, parang masakit pero may pagka-comedic din. Medyo natawa rin ako sa sarili ko ng konti. And then, oh, what is the question? Ano, parang litany of rejections lang ba to? Anong ginawa ko? Well, you just keep sending those letters. You just keep sending the application letters. And then, you'll get one eventually. Actually, syempre ano na lang to, no? Parang dahil sa dami na nangyari after. But if I got that program, ang dami kong hindi magagawa na feeling ko, parang actually okay lang pala na hindi ako natanggap kasi hindi ko rin naman alam kung anong gusto kong gawin nun eh.
Yes.
Parang kala ko lang na ito yung gusto kong gawin kasi physics ako. Tapos yung mga batchmate ko nasa ano na, kung ano-anong mga prestigious universities, mga doktor na, dinidisprove na si Einstein, mga ganyan. Grabe to, mga hayop to, mga do. Ako rin nga. Tapos na-reject din ako. And, you know, there are other things where it's not an outright rejection, but it won't work out according to plan. Like, for example, kunyari, you audition. For example, you apply to host or to be a director in a particular project. And either you get it or not, and then pag nakuha mo, the work is not good enough. Parang, ano yun eh, parang kailangan mo lang tanggapin na okay lang naman kasi parang sino bang genius, no? I mean, I'm not a genius, but I guess geniuses can stick it the first time, no? The landing right away. But for the rest of us, it doesn't work that way. So you just have to, you know, just grin and bear it, I guess. Parang this is what life is. Aside from that, I really don't know. Parang I guess the only thing is it gets better after a while. Parang after getting the nth rejection letter, parang ang bilis mo na siyang makaget over. Isang tulog lang, wala na siya. Parang ganun. And then, meron ka ng clarity na i-review yung yung application mo and then say, kaya naman pala hindi ako natanggap eh.
Right.
Kasi parang hindi naman pala malinaw sa akin kung anong gusto ko eh. Parang ganun.
Yeah.
And then you can make it better. And then it actually works,
Yeah.
you know? Parang, minsan nga, sinasabi ko nga minsan, you can be a victim of your own success. Like, if you're successful right away, parang, akala mo, ang galing-galing mo na. Tapos, when statistics catches up with you, and you're no longer getting the things that you want, that before, parang dali-dali lang. It's so hard to adjust. At dami kong kilalang ganun, na parang sobrang achiever, mga bata kami, mga class valedictorian, and so on and so forth. And then, the moment they hit their first real challenge in their life, they're lost kasi they don't know how to deal with it. They don't know how to deal with rejection. So, it's something that parang pag nagkaroon tayo ng ganung moment, you treat it like I said earlier, like as an opportunity to grow.
Right. I'd like to reiterate what Atom said earlier about parang if you had gotten that scholarship, is it? Ang daming hindi mangyayari sa buhay mo that should have happened. So this is a very showbiz analogy, but I guess it would work. So I work for a show called Pinoy Big Brother, and some of our most famous rejected people who auditioned are Maine Mendoza, as in Yaya Dub, auditioned. Direct Lauren didn't even make her pansin. But I always say that imagine kung pumasok siya ng PBB noon, she wouldn't have been as big a star as she is because of Eat Bulaga. Nadine Lustre also auditioned, not taken. Same edition actually as James Reid. But if she had gotten in, that tandem, the phenomenal tandem that they are today would not have happened. So parang kahit papano when a rejection hits you, maybe you're not supposed to be there right now because may iba ka pang patutunguhan siguro that would be much better for you. Sab, any thoughts on rejection and like dealing with it?
I think Atom pretty much said everything. But tama no, parang you really learn from it. And that's the only thing you can do. But I think it's important rin na you give yourself time to process it. You process the rejection. You think, why? Tama ka, tignan mo yung yung application mo. Process it, why, what happened, what went wrong. And then, you have to process it so you can learn from it. And you can do better next time.
Next question from our, okay, Yumi. Ay, hindi na sila shy. Kung kailan patapos na. Saka hindi sila shy. Yumi, please stand up so they can see you.
Hi, Sab. Hi, Atom. So you mentioned, or I think all of us have probably heard this before, just take the leap, just do it. But how would you know if the timing is now? How would you know if this is it? I need to take this leap.
Timing. How do you know that it's time? Good question. Mahirap pa. Paano nga ba?
Parang hindi mo siya maka-quantify talaga na anong time yung tama to take that leap. Like, for example, yung husband ko kasi, siya yung may 9-to-5 job. He had a lot of corporate jobs before he started his business. And that's, I think a lot of people want to know how that works from a 9-to-5 to a business. And it took him a while really to get the guts to quit his day job. But like it happened pa after we got married. Medyo nakakatawa kasi after mo magpakasal, diba, parang, oh my gosh, you're gonna quit your job. Pero kinausap niya ako, sabi niya, Sab, I think I want to do this. Do I have your support? I'm asking kung kaya mo na I don't think I'm gonna have a salary for the first 6 months at least. But he was working on it on the side now when he had a day job. And then I said, okay, sure, I believe in you. You can, let's give it a try. And then he did it. And sobrang grabe yung respeto ko sa kanya kasi when he quit his day job, he got a side hustle writing clickbait articles para kumita pa rin siya, para makapag-contribute siya. And then he was working on his business. And now, that business that was nothing now has like 14 branches. It's a retail brand. It's called linyalinya.ph. Yes, you can buy your shirts there. Nag-plug talaga ako. So, very supportive talaga. Thanks so much. So, yun, parang, I guess you have to find the right support system. And then you talk to the people that matter to you para you get either parang yung totoong opinion talaga, hindi yung i-discourage ka, pero pwede rin naman parang makuha lang yung totoo kasi he asked a lot of people, his parents, his family, his wife, and then when we all gave him encouragement, that's when he took the leap from one to another.
Yeah, not much to add except parang there's no I guess meron din kasing danger of over-dramatizing that one moment when you make that decision. I think hindi yan totoo for the most part. Like a lot of us, it's a long process and you have to let go little by little and there's no shame in that. If you can do something, or if you can build something while holding on to a job or whatever it is that it's providing stability, then by all means. It's only when you have a clear idea of why you need to make that leap is when you make it. Hindi ka parang jump into the great unknown, ano? Parang that rarely works, unfortunately. Parang for the 10 people who do make it, just like a blind leap of faith, there are like 90,000 who don't, or 90,990 who don't. So I think give it a lot of thought and there's no shame in agonizing over it. Kasi nga sabi ni Saab, may mga mag-discourage sa'yo. Meron din mga mag-encourage sa'yo yun, hindi alam ko na sinasabi nila.
Minsan kasi nare-romanticize talaga yung... I used to say that to people na parang, kung ayaw mo nga yung yung ginagawa mo, edi mag-quit ka. Parang ang dali lang. Hindi pala ganun kadali, di ba? So, you have to really think about it. Do your research. Hindi pwedeng yung thinking ngayon na, travel... lust, wanderlust. Parang, ito talaga yung gusto kong gawin. Pero parang, girl, back to reality, kailangan may balance yan.
Correct. Say, go for
Do
it,
your
go for
research.
it. Hindi naman iniisip.
Yes,
Para kasi buhay mo yun, di ba? Go for it ka dyan. Hindi naman ikaw yung malalaglag pag may nangyari, di ba? So, yeah, just think about it for a time. There's no rush. There's no rush.
Okay, the last question is from Danny.
Hi, Saab. Hi, Atom. Actually, it's really a personal question, and I understand if you don't want to answer it, but it's coming from what I'm going through as well. So, how do you actually process grief if you're the strongest person that everybody is relying?
Actually, that was my thing ngayon kasi ako I pride myself in being a really, really strong woman. And when everything was happening, I really did not want to cry or show na I'm weak. But then you really have to give yourself time to let it out and again process it. And it really helped me having a very wonderful husband and my family. And it took some time. I'm still processing it up to now. And I got professional help, and I'm not ashamed to admit it. And it really, really made a difference. And I think it's important that you don't suppress that hurt, that pain, that grief. You have to make it stronger. Like I said, don't waste that pain. You do it for yourself. You do it for the people around you. Girl, I'm gonna cry with you. Stop it. So, yeah, I think it's very important for you to process, just let it out, and okay lang yan. I'll talk to you after. Thank you.
Thank you, Danny. Thank you. Thank you, Saab, of course. Siyempre, ayaw nating umiiyak tayong lahat to end this. So, you see a third seat there. Just to wrap everything up, we'd like to call back the beautiful Solenn, who is also part of our audience now. Oo. Ayan. Ay, ngayon lang sila naghayan. So, Sauce and Saab and Atom, thank you so much for being here. Uy, hi, Mom. Uy, grabe. Oo. Uy, grabe. Okay, hinga tayo lahat. Okay, yeah. So, the whole topic of this life check is really parang checking, do you mind? Dito ako, darling. Okay. Checking where we are in our life right now. We're all different ages. We are actually at high teens, tama ba? Our youngest is high teens and our eldest is mid-30s. Yun ang range ng lahat ng mga tao dito. And we're all at different points in our lives. And whatever age we are or whatever phase in our life, you really check where you are sometimes. Parang you look in and see if this is really where you want to be. So wherever everyone is right now, siguro my last bit of advice that I want to leave with everyone from you guys is about, yun nga, how do you fully embrace where you are right now and make sure you'll move forward to keep doing your best, to keep trying new things. What would you like to say?
Well, for me, certain points is one, learn to accept change. Two, know that fear is in everyone, and that's very normal, and you need to succumb it. Three, growth is important, and we will keep evolving as people as the world keeps evolving as well. So there's always something newer to learn. You don't know everything. Yun again, that's my mind again. I forgot now what your question was. Does that happen to you?
About fully embracing where you are at
Yes.
whatever stage in your life, but how to still keep pushing forward.
So whether you're on a high or on a low, just know that it does get better. Whether it's tomorrow or in a year, it does get better. So just keep strong, and then, like I said, delete toxic people from your life, and just know that you can achieve anything you want because everyone has greatness in them. Boom.
Ang daming quotable quotes today. Okay, Sab.
For me, what was the question? Charot. Joke lang. How to fully embrace where I am in life.
They are.
Where
How
you
they
guys
will
are.
fully embrace at whatever point they are in now, but keep
Okay. Ako,
pushing.
I'm really a big believer in having good self-esteem. Kasi yung mga low self-esteem people, that's when you really take a dive talaga. And that's why you keep working on yourself. And hindi lang puro career, hindi lang puro love, hindi lang just focused on your family. You also focus on yourself. Give time to work on yourself, because if not, your vessel will not be full. So hindi ka makakapagbigay sa iba. So, yeah, make sure to work on yourself and then everything will come after that.
And Atom?
Yeah. Siguro one thing I want to share na baka medyo counterintuitive is don't be afraid of mediocrity. Parang not everything is about being the best. Not everything is about being excellent. If you want to try pottery, you don't have to be the next big thing. You can just do pottery on the side and enjoy it for yourself. Feeling ko yung mundo ngayon, parang dahil sa everyone is so good at something and it's shared in this hyper-connected world, parang we're all pressured to be the best at everything that we want to try. But don't worry about it. If you want to try it, just try it. If you're mediocre at it, as long as you enjoy it, that's great. Don't pressure yourself. The second is, it's a little bit motherhood to say, but sometimes we forget that you can define what successful is. You have to define what success is to you. Some people want to be CEO, some people want to be doctors, some people want to be caregivers, some people want to be mothers, some people want to be nurturers, some people just want to teach, and it gives them fulfillment. Parang don't live your life based on the rules of others or their benchmarks for success.
My God, ang ganda! Ano ba yan? Thank you so much, Atom, Saab, and Solenn. Let's please give them a big round of applause for all their time today. Thank you, Saab. Thank you, Atom, so much. Super, super thank you. Solenn, you will stay here because we will actually have a small chat pa rin. But thank you. Yeah, let's take a picture ba? Mag-picture ba kami? Ako lang ba gusto mag-picture kaming apat? Wow. Ayan, si official photog. Yes. Thank you. Thank you again, Saab.
Thank you.
Super thank you. Okay, so Solenn and I will stay here on this side for a bit because we're just gonna talk about something. Saan mo gusto? Wherever you want. Diyan ka sa gitna. Ayan. Oo, okay. So, I called back Solenn here because we wanted to just touch on one little thing before we end, which is, when lahat tayo, we feel there's a rhythm to life, right? Sometimes you feel you have it all figured out. Oy, okay, if I wake up this time, nasa trabaho ko ng gantong oras, or if I perform at this time, pwede ako magbakasyon ng this time. Parang you kind of have a groove.
Yes.
And then life throws you a curveball. Shit. Ano ba yan? You're stopped in your tracks and like you don't know what to do. What do you have to say about moments in life na ganon?
When it's like, what the F?
Yeah. Parang kala mo, okay na to, I got this. Biglang, uy, ano to? What the F? Yes.
Well, for me, those things are supposed to happen because, like I said, none of us like things that just stay the same, that are routines, and we need to have that little scare in life sometimes for us to be motivated, to do more, to learn more, to grow more. And it's also important to surround yourself with people that can evolve with you as the world evolves as well. Which Bianca and I are lucky because we have collaborators that we get to evolve with. Globe's the Postpaid, the plan. Diba? Ganda ng segue, no? From evolving to Globe. And they actually created this really amazing video that we'd like to share with all of you that is very inspiring. We just saw it a while ago.
Yes,
and
first time. This is actually the
talaga.
first time anyone out of the building will see it. So you are the first to see this very special video.
Exactly.
Remember when you thought you had everything planned out? You said you'd be the best at what you did. But then, life happened. And now you question yourself. Is this the best I can do? Is this all I've got? Of course not. You're a slingshot, holding you back just launches you further. So leap further. Think. A bigger plan. A better plan. A newer plan. The new plan from Globe Postpaid. So you can do larger than life things. Live a better life. The life you want. Your plans? Achieve it. The future? Shape it. A new love? Embrace it. Life? Own it.
Such a nice video. I know. I don't know if I'm hormonal kasi I'm breastfeeding, pero parang naiyak ako doon even if it's the second time that I watched it. Yeah. That's something that I guess they can watch also online, but I think we all have our version of that story of something that happened and then parang we were forced to grow out of it. Bakit ako naiiyak? Birthday ko ba? Hindi, no, because I just wanted to share. Parang this is, ano ba yan? Ba't ako naiiyak? May pingi ako tissue. I feel like this is so serendipitous because, uy, sorry, Solenn.
Okay lang. I
No,
would look at you na
I just
lang,
wanted
kasi
to share that the reason actually that I started Paano Ba To, the YouTube channel, aside from me like really wanting to start a YouTube channel, was because I think I started at the time that, because my main job is really as a TV host. And I think that I came up with that because at that time I was feeling like, is this the job I'm meant to be in? Parang there's so many, ano ba yan, naiiyak ako. No, parang I felt like there's so many, syempre in an industry wherein there's so many newer people, bago, who like, take up space in the industry. So I just feel like it's so serendipitous that this partnership happened because I started that channel because feeling ko, I am not so busy naman with TV. I don't really have as much jobs as I'd like to have. So I might as well do my own show that I feel like is something that I really want to do. And I never would have thought that it would go this, ay, ano ba yan? It would go this far kasi it actually opened up something more fulfilling for me rather than just reading a script by a show, which is not something I wrote. Now I'm able to create a platform that really tangibly touches people's lives. And if any of you have commented on the channel or emailed me, like poured out your heart, parang it opened up. Ano ba yan? Birthday ko ba? Ba't ako naiiyak? Lalabas ba yung asawa ko? Kakanta ba siya? No, but yeah, I mean, that video just resonated with me because sometimes when you feel like there's something that happens or you're not where you're supposed to be, just find what you can do about it, how you can move forward, and maybe it will bring you to where you're meant to be, what you're supposed to be doing to be able to touch people's lives. So I never would have thought that this would become an event that Globe would actually partner with. Nakakaloka. Naging actress ako for tonight. But yeah, thank you. And at this point, I'm actually gonna call on another person to join us on stage from the Globe family. I think it's Ace. Am I calling Ace? Is that correct? Hindi ko na alam yung script ko. Sorry na, ano na ako. Tama, Ace, di ba? Angie, sorry. Oh my gosh. Sorry, I'm so sorry, Miss Angie. But yeah, Angie, thank you for that video that ako lang yung naiyak dun sa video. Pero I'm sure in some way those 3 storylines resonated with many people in this room.
Oh yeah, don't worry. Nung pinapanood namin siya during the online, parang halos lahat kami medyo umiyak din. May tears na lumabas. And I myself can relate. Among the three stories there, it's the dads. Kasi I'm a mom of 2 young kids. And syempre, working mom, parang iba rin yung pressure, di ba? Lalo na if parang you're at work and then you're feeling crappy, tapos pag uwi mo, parang you don't feel like you're giving 100% to your family. And then parang ano ba tong ginagawa ko? And you doubt yourself and you ask, am I doing the right thing? As what you've said earlier. And is this the best that I can give? And I guess sometimes you just need to step back. I guess yun yung important. Step back, parang reflect and think whether why am I doing this in the first place, and pick things up and start from there again.
Thank you na napa-open na. May nagagawa ba tong puting upuan na to? Napapa-open na pa mga tao. But yes, you also have something to share with us aside from that video.
Yes. Si Globe Postpaid naman ever since has been really committed in helping people or empowering people in creating the life they want. And this time around, we're very proud to introduce or reintroduce the new and enhanced the plan, and it has so much more data to help us in empowering our lives. Because today it's very different. Technology has parang leaps and bounds na yung narating niya. And kung before parang solving your life's problems, it means talking to someone, going to a priest, or kung ano man siya. Ngayon parang platforms like Paano Ba To, online platforms like Paano Ba To, it really has a big impact on people. So together with the plan, we're also introducing LifeSmith. So we're calling it LifeSmith. It's a platform where you can find inspiration, gain inspiration, learn new things, find new hobbies, and maybe just experience new things.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Take
And-
life by its reign and own it. Okay, so this is LifeSmith.
Yes. And we're also, aside from this, we also have a couple of things that we are preparing for our Globe Postpaid customers. So if you scroll down further, some of the events that we're having, and we're also starting off with LifeSmith in Poblacion. So it's a series of events marrying upskilling, sessions, and entertainment. So these are the things that we want to have more of, like this. So
That's happening in Poblacion when? When
yes,
about?
in September 21.
Okay.
So you'll find out more about it. Just go to globe.com.ph/livesmith. So watch out for what's coming.
So if you want to be more parts of events like this and like different upskilling, like what? Pwede ba ako magtanong ng what upskilling stuff? Basta things that you can learn, like what Atom said earlier, unrelated but maybe could help you in your craft or push you further. That's in LifeSmith. And in the series of events in Poblacion, September 21.
Yes.
Thank you, Miss Angie.
Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Angie. Thank you, Solenn. Of
Thank
course,
you,
Saab
Bianca.
still there, and Atom who's trying to like make his way out, pero stuck na siya doon. But yeah, thank you all for being part of my MMK. My MMK talaga. For the first time ever, we are on live stream, so I hope everyone who is watching online also got to pick up a few things. Thanks to our partner, of course, Globe Postpaid, for making the live stream possible so the discussion can reach more people. So for the live stream, bye! Kasi may gagawin pa kami dito. But yeah, thank you for watching.